Hey, what's up, everybody? Jay Hollingshade here, your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode of my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. I appreciate you all for tuning in night after night after night. And we have been rolling. We are on consecutive episode number 273 of 365. Today is Sunday, day 1, first day of the week. We will be discussing pillar number 1, which is awareness and mindfulness. Awareness and mindfulness. Now, let me jump right in. I got people already scrolling up. Those who are tuned in for class on time at 9 o'clock. I must acknowledge them with my brother, AJ. What's up, man? I appreciate you and love you. You already know. Uncle Herb Henley, Lieutenant Henley, Memphis Fire Department. I appreciate you. We got Tommy Milling. What's up, Tommy? I appreciate you for tuning in as well. My daughter, Jaleesa Hollingshade. I appreciate you. Oh man, my sister, Tawanda Pete Smith. What's up, girl? How you doing? I appreciate you for tuning in as well. Those that are watching this on repeat, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. The repeat love is a blessing more than you know. So now that we've gotten everybody, we've had our roll call. We've introduced the class. Now it's time to go ahead and start class. We're talking about awareness and mindfulness, pillar number 1 of 7. Also, my wife, I gotta acknowledge my wife. She just slid in under the radar. Lisa Hollingshade, what's up, babe? I appreciate you as well. So now, awareness and mindfulness. In today's episode, I just want to share with you an experience I had in awareness and mindfulness. It was funny. So, no serious lesson, but there is a lesson you can pull from this experience. Now, here's what happened. I recently had a doctor's appointment, had a medication consultation with my doctor. And so I went in, I signed in, I sat down, and usually they're pretty good about getting me in the back right after I sign in. My wait is no longer than maybe 10, 15 minutes. But today, evidently, something wasn't right. They had been running behind. And so with them running behind, it got longer. And I noticed that people were steadily coming in and signing up. And the wait was pretty long, okay? The wait was pretty long. And so people can get impatient. Now, here I am. I practice mindfulness a lot. I practice awareness to have a good mindfulness. So I practice awareness. No, I said that right the first time. I'm getting mixed up. I practice mindfulness a lot to have a greater awareness. Being that I practice mindfulness all the time, there are times when that practice kicks in and I really hadn't even realized that it just did. And that's what happened at the doctor's office. I was at the doctor's office, right? And I'm just sitting there chilling, waiting. And all of a sudden, my mind goes kind of just steps back as if I'm a fly on the wall, and I'm there, but I'm only there in observation mode, and I'm literally being mindful of everything that's going on in this doctor's office while I'm waiting. And my wait gets close to an hour. So there are people that were there before me that had signed in that hadn't been seen yet. There were people who came in after me that signed in and they hadn't been seen yet either. However, all the negative energy in the room was off the chain, I promise you. And they were like, the ratio negative energy was 80, positive energy was 20. I'm not even going to throw myself in as being neutral because I wasn't giving off any energies at all. So, and there was probably some other neutral people in there too. However, this is what was going on. Now, my doctor, love her to death. She has a laugh on her that when she laughs loud, and you can tell she enjoys her work. She laughs out loud, and it's a contagious laugh. If you have already been called back and you are not waiting, which is what I found out from practicing mindfulness and being aware of all the energies in the room. So she laughs and she's laughing out loud in the back. You got people waiting longer than usual. They're complaining, and the complaints were, oh man, I tell you, they're back there kicking it, having a ball, laughing and playing and lollygagging and ha and all that good stuff while we sit out here waiting. And that ain't right. That ain't right. So people getting up there complaining. One lady gets up and goes to the window and say, how many people before my daughter? How many people, have signed in before us? And She said, well, they it just don't seem right. They're back there laughing and playing while we're out here waiting. And so that was an assumption that they were laughing and playing. However, like I said, it's well received when you're in the back because it's contagious. You back there with them, you're laughing with them. But when you're up front and waiting to get called back, you're not laughing with them. So this was an opportunity for me to, like I said, observe the energies in the room, how the energies were being given, how the energies were being exchanged, how the energies were being reciprocated and being offset by each other. You had 80% negative, 20% positive. So the energies were in the room and it was kind of thick, okay? Kind of thick, it was kind of tight. And you had people who were there, it got to the point to where they started to click up together. The 80% kind of started having conversations with each other about, well, I'm here to have some blood work drawn and all that, and I can't eat, and I'm hungry, and here they are, they got lunch being delivered, and we can't eat, but it got this place all smelling good, that ain't right. And they're just steadily complaining. So one of the 20%, positive lady steps up and she says, it's probably not everything that you think. She puts a different perspective on this whole thing. And that's the thing about awareness and mindfulness. You look and you are able to observe all the energies and everything around you, events that are unfolding around you as you yourself are in the midst of that unfolding event. Now she brought up a good perspective in saying that it's not all that you see or that you think. Look at it from a different perspective. Number one, they cannot leave here and go get something to eat. They got to have their food delivered. So she brought up another perspective of saying that just because they're laughing back there, that means they're having a good time. Wouldn't you want a doctor that's in a good mood working on you rather than having a doctor that's pissed off working on you? And, it kind of offset, that was part of the offsetting of the energies. So the positivity kind of neutralized the negativity and it offset it a little bit to where things kind of settled down because the negative energy was growing and growing and growing. But what it did for me from an awareness and mindfulness standpoint, I literally sat there and wrote down everything that was going on. I was writing down the comments and the energies and all that stuff so I can have this to present to you tonight. And what I did, the mindfulness allowed me to learn more about myself. I got a chance to see myself in the mirror of the actions that were going on. And I'm thinking like, okay, I've been in a situation where I've been that negative person. I've been that person that was complaining. I've been that person over there that has taken the negative route, that has taken the pessimistic perception and applied that and received that and didn't even look for a positive option or a positive viewpoint. So that was me. That has been me before. And I look back, I'm like, okay, I know what that feels like now. I saw how the energy was given, how the energy was received, especially by the people at the front desk who had nothing to do with the way that the other people were feeling. So it allowed me to see what happens when the negative is pushed and the negative is ganged up, is clicked up in one corner and then going against the positive. And so I'm like, okay, my energies, when I give them off, am I giving off these negative vibes? It allowed me to learn from what I saw. So when you practice mindfulness for a greater awareness, you learn more about yourself from a personal development perspective, from an awareness perspective. You learn more about who you are and what you are capable of and your and the effects you have on other people. So the next time you're out and you have some time to kill, do what I do. I call it people watching. Observe what's going on and the energies that's being exchanged across the room. Apply what you learn. Pull the lesson from that and apply it to yourself. And when you apply the lesson to yourself, be willing to share that lesson with somebody else. I'm sharing that lesson with you today. Hopefully that'll catch on a positive fire and it'll keep going. So be positive with your awareness and mindfulness. That's all that I have for today. I'm Jay Hollingshed, your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker, coming to you with consecutive episode 273 of 365. Be well, stay blessed, and as always, through love, be a blessing. God bless.